Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Quick 10-second channel news update. Here we go. So we're switching up the Twitch streaming. We're going from, we're no longer going to be streaming on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's now going to be Monday to Friday when I'm available, 7 till 10 GMT. So check that change out. Links in the description to all my pages. Still Division 2 League game today. Group 2, Xirucaire versus Kato Megumi.ZZ. We are finishing off coverage of Group 2. And we actually cast the first game of Xirucaire versus Kato Megumi.ZZ. Xirucaire played the same group Turina deck. We did cast it a little while ago now, so you may have forgotten it. But he played the Maverick Turina with 36 T-34 76ers in B phase, and he convincingly beat Kato playing the 25th Panzer Grenadier deck. I can't quite remember the map that was played on, but potentially this being Boba could give Kato the opportunity to defend, potentially, but we'll see whether the same happens today. Will Xirucaire come away with a quick and convincing victory? So Xirucaire on the left hand side in red, playing group Turina on Maverick income. Let's see the deck. I don't believe this will have changed. I didn't check the previous game, but when this was played straight after the first one, so I don't imagine there was any changes that did occur. Interesting point here actually, the 52Ps in the support tab. We recently had the IG 18 OB25 nerf, which nerfed the support guns from 6 to 4, but the 52Ps have not been affected by that nerf, so they do have 6 in A phase. He will have had 6 in A phase at this time of this game being played, but no changes in the patches. It is still 6 in A phase as well. Let's switch over to Kato Megumi.ZZ. I'm interested to see his Panzer Layer deck. He is playing balanced. I think he played balanced with the 25th Panzergrens, so it'll be interesting. Will he will the change of division, the change of map help him out in this engagement? He's going to be battling against the T-34s again in B phase. I mean, 36 of them, a lot of infantry in Xirucaire's deck, a lot of tanks, but Kato definitely has the upper hand in terms of quality of equipment. Will he just be able to get enough of that equipment out onto the field? It's going to be touch and go, I think. I would rather have him stuck with the 25th Panzergrens and potentially tried to hone, base his defense off the first match and try and put together a better attempt this time round. I think on this map it's really an infantry based map. I haven't particularly liked this map in the past. It was one of my main bans throughout the Steel Division League. Because I made some major mistakes when I was playing this map in Orsha, and I also think the left hand side of this map, the side that Xirucaire is playing from, does have a slight advantage over the right hand side that Kato is playing on, and it's all due to the hill in the northern side, in my opinion. That hill is very strong at being able to fire onto the northern supply routes coming from the right hand side of this map. But I think the biggest question we're going to come up against in this game is, will Kato be able to get out enough equipment to deal with the T-34s? I expect a very strong early rush from Xirucaire. He is going to have to make his way across this map, across the river in this map. He's going to have to make that breakthrough in phase A and then pour in equipment in phase B. Personally, that's the approach I would be considering with this Maverick income against Panzer. I think once he can get the infantry into positions, this is an infantry map, so Panzer not necessarily, you know, going to be the best at clearing up equipment. But the reason I'm saying earlier I much prefer the left hand side as we look at this map is this hill here is so strong at firing on the main support roads coming in, even this southern one down here. Once you get a couple of tanks up here, a couple of AT guns, especially if you've got any heavy tanks. The Xirucaire doesn't have the heavy tanks, so actually potentially this hill might not have as much effect, because a Panther coming down here against any, you know, T-34 sat on the top of this hill, it isn't going to be the same kind of effect as if an IS-2 was at the top of this hill. But I feel like this hill is very strong. I mean, look at the sight lines onto all of the infantry that holds this city. You get some IG guns up here, and you can easily support a push across these rivers. So, whereas on the left-hand side, you know, there is this hill here, which provides an advantage. However, you've got these sight lines here to put easy AT guns into these positions, whereas here you've got fairly limited options. Once your initial forces get destroyed, pushing in AT guns, you've got no cover to push them down to get them into these forests. This one here, you know, this one here is blocked by line of sight. It's very difficult, whereas on this side, you know, all of this ground here, this reinforcement zone is covered. So if your enemy takes up nice positions here, you can always get AT guns into these trees, you know, and fire on any overlooking positions. AT guns, support guns, that kind of thing. So this is why I personally feel the left-hand side of this map is at an advantage. Both players have started off. Xirucaire pushing across into this southern flag. Again, this southern flag very easy to capture for the player on the left hand side in red. Very difficult route for the player on the right hand side to take up, but Kato is attempting to get across the bridge early. Does manage to take down an M42 gun, but is potentially pegged back there with the SPW-234. I'd like to see if he can clean up this position. The Ognamachiki don't manage to take out the infantry units. Kato does manage to unload and potentially actually able to get a foothold into this southern area. The Xirucaire has the 1311 right now, but Kato's had I think he's potentially got enough down here to hold on for the moment. I wouldn't, but he is very weak up north. Only a Pioneer and a Pantagren squad, but at the moment Xirucaire not really attempting to push there. But as soon as Xirucaire pushes in that northern side, I mean, there's 3 flags here to being defended by 3 infantry units. So Kato, all his eggs in one basket right now. Everything down south, including the commander, early commander in the half track. I'm guessing he's going to move it forward behind this forest. But taking the game to Xirucaire early on, and that's definitely going to help him out, potentially putting pressure in phase A. But Xirucaire brings up the WC-52 KAO, and potentially this area could get off-mapped. Kato moving forward with Panzergrens on foot, supported by the Panzergren Führer in engagement in the light forest here. The Strelki DPA, the Sapari and Strelki Komroti put onto return fire, but the Sapari have been discovered and are taking fire from the forces of Kato. Xirucaire rushing in reinforcements, including an 82mm mortar. I think that will help him out against the infantry. Kato did pick up this central flag, takes it back to a 12-12. We now reinforce. No, I thought he was reinforcing the northern side now, but I think he needs to get some reinforcements into that northern area, because At some point, Xirucaire is going to push up north. It's just a matter of time. SPW 234/1's pushing in. The only anti-tank unit right now is the the T-34-76. I did miss that in the back, and does take down that initial SPW 234. A Jagdpanzer 4. Wow, incredibly aggressive with this Jagdpanzer 4. Pushing forwards, the mortar does come in and is targeting the Panzergrenz. But the Jagdpanzer 4 pushing forwards on fast attack move does discover the T-34. Down goes the SPW. But the Jagdpanzer is the big threat. Yes, takes out the T-34. Will he continue to push through? He's taking criticals from the Xirucaire DP, engine and transmission damage. So that Jagdpanzer, I believe, will be stuck there for now. Kato still not reinforced that northern side, continuing to push with a second Jagdpanzer in the south, and definitely taking this to Xirucaire in phase A. Xirucaire has the 120 points advantage, but Kato now has the 1311, capturing this southern flag. I feel like Xirucaire at some point is going to switch focus to this northern side, especially once phase B hits. So Kato, he has to get reinforcements into that northern side. It's just how long he's going to take to push in there. Panzergrenz potentially pushing over the river. He's really looking to push the attack in phase A. I think he's done enough initial damage. I'd like him to potentially just hold back now, push to the defense, and reinforce that northern position. Please, please, just reinforce the north. I beg you, Kato. The Jagdpanzer is actually kind of nicely positioned. I think unless Xirucaire comes in with some close range anti-tank that's more than a anti-tank rifle, that Jagdpanzer actually will just control this supply route in. But there's a number of infantry now. The Panzergrenz are pushing forwards. Ah, here we go. The P3. Will this take it out? No. But it does force the Jagdpanzer 4 back. SPW 234 coming across the road. The T-34-76s back here are covering against the infantry and unloading their ammunition onto it. Pins down one, flying across the river, but IG-18's coming in now. Kato is desperately pushing on this southern side. Another SPW moving in, but there's just too many anti-tank rifles on the side of the Soviet infantry, and down goes another SPW. IG-18 coming in as well. I'd rather these SPWs come up here, you know, and push a flank. It'd be much nicer than continue to push them up that road where they keep getting taken out. The SPW 234 won't be able to really punish those T-34s. It's too, yeah, he's pulling it back now. They're too far away. I'd rather have the Puma there. Panzer 3H and Jagdpanzer pushing forwards as well. A Jagdpanzer in this position would be, actually, a Jagdpanzer in this position would be fantastic. He's got to watch out for any rear shot, but it would be fantastic. So, more reinforcements coming in from Xirucaire as well as the Xirucaire DP. Kato is pushing hard at the moment, and he has the 1410 now, picking up this second southern flag. 6.5 minutes into this game, Xirucaire still has the income advantage, and you've got to say that Kato must be trading incredibly well right now to maintain this push in A phase when Xirucaire's units are cheaper and he has an income advantage. The off map comes down, does pin down and fall back more units. Another SPW pushing in. I feel this is a mistake. He has to do something different with these SPWs because they continue. There's another one gun jammed, continually getting punished by the PTRD on the side of the Xirucaire DPs. It's just he needs to do something different. I'd like him to push south and potentially, you know, ambush any reinforcements coming in from such a close range. I guess the alternative is just move the SPWs to somewhere else, potentially back here, and use your Jagdpanzers. The Jagdpanzers can take the punishment of the PTRD, so it's just the SPWs too lightly armoured. Panther into the north, no. Sort of north, more north than what's previously been in there. And Kato does damage, does fuel explosion, one of the T-34s, another one bailed out. Xirucaire just pushing forwards with these T-34s, just hoping to pick something up. The Jagdpanzer are the real threat here. If this Jagdpanzer goes down, these T-34s could have a decent time against what's left. The other Jagdpanzer as well, I'd like to see it move across the river, but at the moment, now it's doing so. I like that move. The T-34s attacking the IG on the ridge, but we do have a Panther D Fuhrer coming in as well, and that's a nice choice for the top of this ridge. I just don't want that showing side armor. Does actually now move it. More Panzer III H's coming in. Again, not quite going north. Nothing going north yet, and Xirucaire, as soon as he switches targets, he's going to find it very nice up north. The Panther D actually has maintained this northern position, so at least we've got one there now. I'd like to see another one right at the very north. But yeah, Kato potentially starting to reinforce the northern section, and we're just about to head into B phase. Xirucaire is going to pick up his biggest advantage. Number of infantry units have gone down in the south. Looks like potentially switching focus. The PE3s, I think he switched target halfway through that run. We could do with some anti-air down here. Nothing on the side of Kato yet. He has seen one of the PE3s before. Transmission damage the Jagdpanzer. Down goes another T-34 in the south, but the Pioneers were dealt with on that southern side. The Jagdpanzer are very far forward. The PE3 coming in again. Ooh, didn't get anything from that strike, but Kato potentially pushing back that Jagdpanzer. I like this position. This is a fantastic position. This is going to punish any reinforcements coming in here, because this Jagdpanzer is enough to take on pretty much all the units. I like as well that he found nothing with the Jagdpanzer, so he's now moving the SPW 234 forwards, knowing that there isn't anything there, particularly the T-34s. One is pushing back, but the Jagdpanzer should at some point get, yeah, it does now get sight, and Kato, he has still got the opportunity in this southern position, but Xirucaire, he's now refocusing up north. We are in B phase. He's now going to be using that income advantage, and I see a push coming in here. Oh, and it's the perfect time. Oh no, I thought Xirucaire was moving this Panther D completely down south. He's repositioned it into an odd location, so I'm not sure what he's doing with that, but there's this... Sorry, no, some stroke DPs were forced back by this IG-18 here. The SPW is bailed out by the ZIS-2 gun at the back. The T-34 did go down, probably to the Jagdpanzer 4. These Jagdpanzers really controlling the southern side for now. The Panzer D Fuhrer pushing back, which I kind of like as well. I want to see a bit more investment for the north, but Kato for the moment really pushing this. I'm guessing he's just going to try and continue pushing, knowing he's got the 1311, and he is going to try. He now gets the 1410 with the Panzer IIIH. He's going to try and continue pushing this southern side, but Xirucaire, it's just a matter of time. He's now going to be pushing infantry across, and Kato is going to have to react very quickly. Very quickly. I think if Kato can react quickly to this northern push, as soon as he sees it comes in, if he can react very quickly, I think he can hold this match at bay, hold Xirucaire at bay. I like the Faustniki. I'd like to have seen a Faustniki into this position, and wow, the Jagdpanzer 4, I didn't miss that myself. It did go down to the ZIS-2. So that's a nice kill. That takes away a lot of presence from this southern side, but more forces being rushed in by Kato. The T-34s have made it to the front, more being ordered, more infantry. Oof, this push is going to be tasty in the north. I cannot wait for this push to come through. I really want to see the reactions. Kato continuing to push units down south, and actually not much left here. The M37 82mm mortar, and these Pantograms and Pioneers are going to have a nice job. Potentially could pick up another flag here. Could be back to a 1410. Oh, it's so tight. It is so tight. No, he is not making the front line here. Oh, infantry pushing forwards, yeah, into the lines then and being taken down in the transport. That's really going to hurt. Here it comes. Here comes the northern push. Strelki Komroti coming across first. Due to the speed of that DZIP, you've got to be careful if you bring in units and a leader unit, but you've got them in a fast transport. Those leader units can put themselves in trouble, and losing a leader unit before any of the other infantry comes through, a major loss. The 82 mil mortar down here, deploying smoking off the Panther D. Is that Panther D enough? Kato is reinforcing with Pioneers. I'd like to see these IG-18s switch position. Bearing in mind the northern push coming through, a PE3 coming in for, I would say, this Panther D. Is he going to see the target? Is he going to re-micro? No, he's not going to do that in time. The T-34s push across with the infantry. This push is in full swing now. I think it all depends on this Panther D and what it can do. SDKF said 250/9. It's not going to be enough against the T-34s. A Jagdpanzer, that's a nice choice. The PE3 coming in now. Will it get the kill? Falling back. That Panther's going to fall back potentially into the smoke and be okay. So Kato will be fairly happy with that. Some reinforcements coming into the south for Xirucaire, and yeah, look at Kato now. He is reacting to this north, and it gives Xirucaire a chance to push back in the south. Kato must continue to micro units in this south whilst reacting to the north to make sure he doesn't lose too much ground. The Panzergrens move into the church. The T-34 is pushing forwards for the surrender. Surely this Panther D will recover. Yes, it does, but it's highly stressed, and this is going to, yep, immediately. Oh, and it goes down to close range shots, just too many. Does take out one of the T-34s, and Xirucaire immediately fast moving these away as well. So nice movement, getting it out of any potential danger, especially from this T-30, sorry, the Panzer, the Jagdpanzer coming down this road. Nice kill on the Panther D there. Beautiful micro from Xirucaire. This southern side is unlocked and ready for reinforcements. A hell of a lot of T-34s in. He needs to get some more infantry in to just hold that position, but certainly for now in a very nice position. PE3 coming into that northern side to target the Jagdpanzer 4 up in that northern area. Will he get the kill? Yes. No kill, no kill. And actually, it doesn't even force the Jagdpanzer back there. We need to see some anti-air on the side of Kato. He's only, the only thing he's losing these heavy tanks to really is the PE3. Wow. There was a nice T-34 rush there, but it will only work for so long. Kato has the southern side locked down for the moment. And it's only a 12-12, but he's got to pour in resources to the north, because this is going to be interesting. 16 minutes into the game. Who will win out at this stage? I think this is very close. Very close. We're certainly going to see C-Phase. We are certainly going to see C-Phase. And Kato's going to have double the income from Xirucaire and C-Phase. And it's going to be a case of whether he can make that double C-Phase income last. This one Pioneer here holding this northern flag. Xirucaire needs to focus on that, take another flag there, and at least start getting the victory tick. But Kato is now under fire in the central position. The IG-18s continuing to unload on the Sturmovikis, and that's nice because you want these Sturmovikis to get taken out by anything apart from infantry. Wow. Unless they're at range, they are vulnerable at range. They have the DP machine gun, but that's it really. The Jagdpanzer taking up another nice position, and for now it's okay. It's alright. It's in a nice position. I'm just worried about these strokey DPs pushing forwards, potentially getting anti-tank. Well, yeah, there we go. They are now getting the criticals, and oh, that's tight. It does go down, I think, to T-34 shots in the rear. Well, it was a side shot, I mean, but the T-34s are in the rear of Xirucaire's position. The Pioneers have been discovered, are being opened up on, and if that position goes down, Xirucaire will start to pick up the victory. Take another PE3 coming in for the Jagdpanzer. I feel like it's going to go down this time. Here it comes. No! Switching targets down onto this Panther D Fury in the southern side, and potentially we'll get a nice side shot from this maneuver. In comes the PE3. Unleashes its rockets and gets the kill. Beautiful remicro there. I think he spotted the side shot opportunity, and I think actually brought a second one in to cover off that Panther D. I think he wanted to get rid of the Panther D above the Jagdpanzer 4, and well, it worked for him this time. Xirucaire starting to pick up this southern side, and I'd like Kato to forget about this flag, you know, continue trying to micro, but just hold reinforcers, stop him pushing further. Xirucaire has picked up the flag in the very north as well as the very south, now at a 14-10. Can Kato hold on for the victory? We're 1 minute away from C phase, and really this is going to be tight either way. This is going to be tight either way. Kato has to stop a push across the river in this southern side. If he can do that, that's going to be a major advantage for him, holding him at that southern river. It's going to give him time to clear up units in this northern side. And we've got a Strokey DP down to 3 units. We've got a Sturmoviki down to 2 units, excuse me, and not much more infantry coming in this northern position. So if he can manage to take care of this infantry, the T-34s will go down to the heavier armor of the Panzerlehr division. This is action all across the game. The IG-18 is now in trouble. Look at the forces on this southern side. A PaK-40 coming into position. I hope that unloads before getting fired upon. That could go down in the transport. That would be a major loss if that goes down. The T-34s pushing forwards in the face of a Jagdpanzer, potentially getting the side shot here. One going down to the ambush from the SDKFZ 250/9 and the southern 250/9 as well. I think Kato might have held off that push as well as the Jagdpanzer further back he has. Those T-34s have gone down. This northern side looks fairly weak now, but Xirucaire pushing in more tanks across that very northern bridge. That Pioneer is going to go down once it's discovered. We finally have an SDKFZ 7-1 on the field. That's really going to help out against those PE3 attacks. A Tiger E in the southern side, that's going to help down there. PaK-40 looks like, yes, that went down in the transport. Big loss for Kato Megumi.ZZ. And this southern side is looking like it's going to be under attack. The Tiger E is going to be all that's standing in the way of a southern breakthrough. And I feel like, wow, look at the tanks coming in up north. They are going to get dealt with. The IGs do need to unload at some point. Those tanks are going to get dealt with. The Panzerfaust getting the shots off, I think, against 2 of them there. Potentially could get the 3rd. That's going to go down, surely. Crew kill. Wow. That is unlucky not to get that kill. But if that Panzergren goes down, not much more up north. The PaK-40 coming in. Hopefully we'll get unloaded in that position. Oh, this is a double. Well, Xirucaire pushing across the river absolutely everywhere. It was briefly up to a 16-8. Yes, does hold the 16-8. God, this is going to be tight. 12 minutes left on the clock. We're going to have an entire 10-minute C phase. So Kato is going to eventually recover the economic advantage. The T-34 facing off close range against the Tiger surely will go down. Incendiary, very lucky to survive that shot at such close range. This Tiger E surely is going to kill. Oh my days! The PE3 strike at absolutely last minute saves that T-34. There was another one behind, but if that Tiger had stayed in position, I feel like this whole southern push would have failed. But All that's left now, Panzergrenz, half-tracks, a Batterieführer, and no anti-tank weaponry between them. This southern side is open for the taking. Ooh, only a Strelky DP left in the central area. Only tanks left in the north. This is so tight. 15-9 for Xirucaire now. 11 minutes or 12 minutes on the clock. It's I feel like if these SDKFZs had have come out earlier, maybe Kato wouldn't have lost so many to those PE3s, but at the same time, he invested heavily in his frontline forces, and so far he's in a position where he can recover this game. This is definitely not over yet. Look at the number of criticals on these northern tanks. This Pack 40 something must have been using APCR, potentially. Just unfortunate with the criticals. The Tiger has come off. Will prevent any push forwards with the T-34s, but there's just so many of them around now. They are pushing southwards. The Jagdpanzer's going to start firing. Does it open himself up to potential side shots from other units elsewhere? I think this southern side, if Kato can hold this southern side off, this Tiger is a nice choice. It needs to get into the battlefield now. If this Tiger goes down, I feel like the game might be over in the south. But at the moment the flag's being held, if Kato can hold these flags, he's still in with a shout. 15-9, needs to clear up this northern side, but obviously also needs to prevent the attack in the south. This is very tight for Kato. I imagine he's struggling with the micro absolutely everywhere. This is going to be a close range engagement between the Tiger E and the T-34. The T-34 definitely has the opportunity to take out this Tiger. I think is distracted by the infantry, so we'll give the Tiger the first shot. Oh, he's firing on the rearwards one. No. Bounce off the first T-34 shot. The Tiger has just come into position. If it can take out one of these T-34s, he's got a shot. Yes, one of them goes down. The other one's going to be a major difficulty. And that Tiger, I feel like, potentially could be saving this southern side, saving the flag, and at least keeping it at 14-10. The clock has gone backwards. 20 minutes left on the clock for Kato to stabilise. Wow, this is going to be so tight. I still feel like Xirucaire can last 20 minutes. 2 PE3s coming into the southern side. This Tiger in a lot of trouble for the PE3s on the way in. Reversing. Don't think it's going to be enough. The PE3s unload. Ooh. I feel like that reverse there saved those PE3s, and I think Xirucaire potentially remicroed because he lost sight of the Tiger E in that southern side as it reversed down the hill. And wow, that Tiger E survives. The southern side is still intact for the moment. There's one T-34 here. If this can get taken out, I think Kato has the opportunity. The Tiger pushing back up the hill, but the T-34 is coming round the side. This is going to be interesting. He's taking a nice position. It's all about this southern side for me right now. We're missing action in the north, but the T-34 is discovered. Does go down to the first shot kill of the Tiger. And down goes the infantry. Kato re-establishes control after momentarily losing it to Xirucaire. 16-8 still. The northern side and the central area is what's holding this game for Xirucaire. 10 minutes on the clock. The centre area is under threat right now. Potentially we could see an attack. Yes, an attack on another flag here from Xirucaire. Whew, this is tight from Kato. The Tiger E in the centre. Again tackling close range with the T-34. Will this T-34 get the kill? The shooter knockout. Massive critical. That Tiger cannot reply right now. Another bounce. Will it get the opportunity? The Tiger's going to engage. Gun jam. That's enough. That is enough right now. The other Tiger in the north covering off. The infantry pushing forwards. Potentially could pick up that northern flag for Kato. Oof, this is so tight. This is so tight, but not too... Well, no, Xirucaire has managed to get more infantry into this northern position. He was looking a little bit weak at one point, but this southern side, Xirucaire is backing away. And actually, if Kato pushes through here, there's nothing else remaining. He's got the Panzergrenz in a nice position. If he can kill off these 3 units, he should recover this front line, potentially recover this flag here. The Sturmoviki push in, the Sturmoviki LPO as well. The short-range beasts, CQC monsters, but not for the long range. Oh, he's unlucky not to take out the unit in the half-track there. The LPOs are discovered. Will they go down? Four men lost out of one squad, I think potentially to that Panzergren attack. But the flamethrowers come into play. Both units pinned down. No micro for the surrenders yet. Now the micro occurs. And I feel like we're going to see 2 surrenders here. Potentially not this northern one, the Panzergren Führer, just in position. And Xirucaire does pick up the flag back to a 16-8. We've got the SDKZ 250/8. This is going to be an important engagement on the M42 gun. If that gets discovered before taking out this 250/9, sorry, he would be in trouble. No, the ZIS-2 is in a good position actually. Yeah, gets the Xirucaire. I'd like to see the Panzergrens micro across. Try and take out that ZIS-2. He's on 1 health. 1 health. And potentially that's a pickup that Kato could make up in that southern area. T-34s have gone down in the centre. Infantry being microed into position with the Panzerfaust as well. Kato needs those Panzerfaust. The Pak-40 and Tiger E making slow progress, but will recover the northern side eventually. More infantry coming in, potentially trying to recover off against those Sturmoviki. Xirucaire up to a 17-7 right now. If you can push 1 more flag, you can knock the timer down once more. But 6 minutes left on the clock. Pioneers coming in, trying to recover off against the Sturmovikis. This is going to be an interesting battle. Going to be really interesting. The Pioneers do push forwards, reveal the M42 gun. That M42 gun could get a critical onto the Tiger. No, does go down. Nice kill. The Pioneers should destroy the Strelki Komrotti. That could recover the front line and the flag for Kato. This could be a major swing right now. Does take them out. Will it be enough to swing? Tiger E pushing forwards as well, surely. Half tracks coming in to potentially help out the Pioneers. And this could be a big pickup in this southern side. I feel like the ZIS-2 is the only thing holding this forward. The Tiger doesn't see the ZIS-2 gun right now. That can take out this Tiger. Loses line of sight. Loses line of sight on the Tiger. The Tiger pushing forwards. I'd like to see it come across, but he's got to be worried about this ZIS-2. Will the front line recover? The Sturmovikis, no anti-tank weaponry, or they do have the short-range grenades, and actually, yeah, can use the flamethrowers against the open-top vehicles to do pretty decent suppression damage. One of them does go down, but this is so tight in this southern area. 17-7 still remaining for Xirucaire. 5 minutes on the clock. The Tiger E engaging against the infantry, and yeah, the Sturmoviki do hold off that position. PE3 coming in to potentially take out this Tiger. No, going for the SDKZ 250/9 half tracks. The northern flag has been recovered back to a 14-10. Opens up the timer. 10 minutes left on the clock now. The Pak-40 has been doing fantastic work in this northern side. The Tiger has gone down. But this Pak-40 is still enough, and it's just making its way through. And actually, wow, look at this northern flag that Kato's picked up. Xirucaire pushing forwards. The 52P will recover the flag, but that's an important pick for Kato right now. The southern flag's gone over as well. 13-11, still 9 minutes. Can he equal this at the 12-12? I feel like if he can get the 12-12, this is going to be so close. Xirucaire is losing out to this C-phase income. 170 points for Kato.ZZ in C-phase. It's really helping him out right now. Can he hang on? Can he make the 12-12? Xirucaire repicks up this flag, and the 14-10 right now. 8 minutes left on the clock. So tight, so tight. Panzergrens, Pioneers are in place. If these Pioneers push forwards and reveal the Sturmoviki LPO, they can engage at longer range, but we have a T-34 coming into the southern side. The Tiger's not in a great position. He's now reversing to pick up sort of an overwatch of this hill. The Panzergrens in the Panzerfaust have gone down. That will hurt Kato. But actually this ZIS-2 is still going to be able to take out this Tiger. And the Tiger's reversing actually into line of sight of this ZIS-2. The T-34 is pushing forwards as well. This Tiger's going to be in trouble. Has to watch out for the ZIS-2. Not the... Oh, crew panics there. Big critical. Is that Tiger going to survive? I feel like there's going to be a PE3 coming in here in this southern side any moment. And actually, if this goes down, well, we have a Wirbelwind coming in. But if this goes down, there's no more armor in this southern side. So Kato needs to bring in reinforcements. 2 PE3s coming in to a reinforcing Tiger in that southern side. He has managed to hold up this flag. Back to a 59, just halves the timer. 3 minutes left on the clock. Will this Tiger go down? Loses sight in one. I feel like he lost sight there for one of the PE3s, and that Tiger survives for now, but is heavily stressed. Could take fire and stress it out. The southern Tiger survives, but Kato does bring in a reinforcing Tiger. He needs to make a movement immediately on a flag to get back the 1410. This flag is open for the taking. Infantry pushing forwards. I feel like this flag is going to get taken as long as he can hold off. Recovering this flag will take it back to a 1410. Give him more time. This is so tight. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. The Tiger pushing forwards. Ooh, I feel like he can pick up the kills. Yes, down goes the T-34. I didn't see what... I don't think it was that Tiger that engaged there, but I couldn't see what else it was. Potentially the RG-18. But does just pick up the flag down here. 1311, 4 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. The Pioneers need to make a movement, although I don't think they're going to survive. More infantry coming into that position. Panzergren's pushing up. I don't necessarily like that movement, but, and I don't know why I can't see the micro of that, because they're clearly moving. Potentially actually stopped there and they were automatically seeking cover. The southern side looks fairly secure. Ooh, the front line has shifted. The Pioneers move forward slightly. The front line is shifted. 1311 to Xirucaire. Will we see this flag taken? Yes, we do. 12-12. We finally get the 12-12. 34 minutes, 53 seconds into this game. 12-12. Oh, Xirucaire needs to pick up flags, but look at his front line now. It is really low on troops. If this Sturmoviki goes down, yes, the Panzergrens, they need to hop out and get into that compound. The T-34 will still be a danger at this point. But yeah, Xirucaire is looking in a difficult position. The Strelki Komroti will come into position, but there's only a 3-man squad there. The Panzergrens will be able to handle them. We've got an off map. I don't know whether that's used all of its ammunition, but that could get taken out. I believe the PE3 will have missed that Tiger shot there. It is heavily stressed out though. Panzergren Führer coming in. Oh, is this 2-gun coming in? But I feel like this northern side, look at the troops in now. Look at the troops in now. 12-12 on the clock. This central area is where Xirucaire is going to make most progress, but the 2 Tigeries coming in as well. Wow, I feel like that 12-12 is potentially held the game for Kato. The Pioneers are not going to take out that T-34. They are going to throw satchel charges. Potentially another one could get that unit stressed enough for a surrender. It's going to be tight. This flag here, Xirucaire could pick up, potentially hold a 13-11 again. The Pioneers do move back. We don't get to see another satchel charge being taken. Do get pinned down. Xirucaire does flip this flag with the T-34. The Panzerfaust are very close. That T-34 needs to hold position. Hope those Panzergrens don't move. We're still a 13-11, 3 minutes 50 on the clock. Oh, this is so tight. The Tiger is coming down the road. It is going to discover that T-34 at some point. That T-34 is going to go down, I feel like. Xirucaire has to pick up another flag. Oh, he's potentially going to lose these northern flags as well, especially as this Flammenwerf, or sorry, Ognamachiki won't be able to hold up against the Pioneers. Those northern flags are going to flip. Xirucaire still has the 13-11 though. 3 minutes 23 on the clock. The Tiger discovers the T-34 with the help of the half-tracks, pushing through behind it. It is getting surrounded. Does get shooter killed. At any moment that's going to go down. The P3 does come in, falls back, but the T-34 is so close. It is surrounded. The Wirbelwind is a bit too far back to prevent the initial strikes. The Focke-Wulf is going to come in now, strafe the T-34. Potentially that could do enough damage. One more strafing run, that will surrender. But Kato's picked up the 14-10 now due to this northern position. A sniper coming in, but that won't hold the front line forwards and will get taken out quite easily. So odd choice for that sniper, I think. But yeah, that northern side, 17-7 for Kato. 10 minutes on the clock for him to win now. And Xirucaire is looking in a tough position. He can re-pick this flag up. The Tiger's moving forwards. Look how close range this engagement is. First shot. First shot, first hit, first kill. Well, after the initial engagement earlier, the Sturmovik having to move back, having been caught behind enemy lines. This game, 15-9 for Kato. These T-34s in the north have to do a major job. If that Tiger can go down, they can reassert dominance over these two flags. So we could see it go back to 13-11 and potentially give Xirucaire the opportunity to sneak another flag. This one here could be oh no, sorry, I missed the Tiger there. So yeah, that as soon as that T-34 gets revealed, I can see Kato pushing forward the Tiger, and it's going to be a one shot kill for the T-34. If he's going to take that Tiger out, he's got to get the first shot in, got to maintain the kill. We're waiting for that. Oh, the PE3s do come in again, don't get the kill. The fighter is in position now, forces Xirucaire to invest in a Yak 9T, and that's going to go down once the Wirbelwind opens up on it. Yeah, or it goes down before that. There's only a mortar holding the front line here, and Kato still has the 15-9 right now. Movement down here with the Tiger. Does discover the T-34. Will get first shot as well. Gun jammed. See you later. Crew kill on the central T-34 as well. The flag is going to flip, and we're going to see a 15-9. We're going to see this flag go as well eventually, and this is it now. Yeah, definitely. Look at the force discrepancy. Kato to Xirucaire. There is definitely no coming back from this. I feel like I was holding out hope for a moment, but there's definitely no coming back now. Xirucaire is going to lose this flag. 17-7 for Kato right now. He's got 8 minutes to hold it, but Xirucaire, if he doesn't give up early, there's no way he is back into this game. Kato will pick up the victory. What did it all boil down to? Was it this initial A phase? Yeah, there goes the surrender. There was going to be no way back. 40 minutes, 45 seconds. Congratulations to Kato and Megumi.ZZ. Picks up the victory against Xirucaire, and actually in their matchup, this game will have equaled the result 1-1, gets the draw. Both players will get 1 point apiece from this game. Kato Megumi.ZZ, 4,500 kills to 4,000 losses. Xirucaire does... I feel like that's a commendable display, given the quality discrepancy between the two pairs of units. I feel like that's a commendable display from Xirucaire, and actually 500 points difference I don't feel like is a major difference in that game. Let's have a look at the kills for Kato Megumi.ZZ, but before we do that, I do just want to cover a little bit of analysis of that game. Was it that initial phase A push from Kato that won the game for him? It took Xirucaire well into, I think it was about 16 minutes before he established a lead. Would he have been able to hold that lead? I mean, this was a tight game. There was about less than 4 minutes for Xirucaire to hold off. So that phase A push potentially was that 4 minutes. Did it delay Xirucaire getting the victory tick for 4 minutes? I think the answer to that is definitely yes, it did. did it win the game for him? Or would Kato have still won the game if he hadn't have pushed so aggressively in the south in Phase A? I still think potentially the answer is yes. I still think he could have won the game. I still think he could have won the game if he'd have potentially just held the river in the southern side. He was very weak in that northern side. I think if Xirucaire would have realised the aggression coming from Kato early on in Phase A and would have switched focus prior to his B phase income, advantage, potentially, that northern area, there was 3 infantry units holding those 3 flags in that entire northern side, and actually the rear reinforcement flags as well, for such a long time. We're talking probably 12 minutes. So if Xirucaire would have attacked that northern side early, he definitely could have won that game. So was just that southern push enough from Kato to win it alone? No, it wasn't. It wasn't alone. Did it distract Xirucaire for long enough? Yes, it definitely did. But it wasn't single-handedly the reason that Kato won. I don't feel it was single-handedly. I think Xirucaire took a bit too long to realise that Kato was pushing everything down south and potentially was a bit weaker in the northern side. Let's look at the kills for Kato. The Jagdpanzer 4s early on were major at holding up the T-34s. 2 kills from those T-34s, and actually a Studebaker snap kill is a nice kill. Getting the support, the supply kill, very nice. Another Jagdpanzer 4 early on, 4 T-34 kills. I mean, there's 6 T-34s between them. And those Jagdpanzers massively held up that initial attack from Xirucaire and the A phase income that he had. Panther D Fuhrer picks up 1 kill, definitely didn't trade well for itself, but it was enough to hold at bay. It forced Xirucaire to invest in those P3s, and actually I feel like if Kato would have invested in the SDKFZ earlier, he probably would have maintained more of his heavy tanks, but it took him a long time to invest in that anti-air. I feel like some of those PE3 strikes, if they'd have, it's always RNG, but if he'd have got away with more kills from those PE3 strikes, he could have actually, taken out a lot more heavy tanks earlier, and potentially that would have stunted the push, the push back, the recovery from Kato Megumi.ZZ. Another Jagdpanzer here, another 2 T-34s go down. Very nice work from those Jagdpanzers. Panzergrenz Panzergrenz with the Panzerfaust doing a nice job here with the against the Stroke DPs and the Sturmovikis, also taking out a T-34 with the Panzerfaust. I feel like this was probably the central position where those Sturmovikis came in. Look at this Tiger E. I think this was in the northern side where he was slowly pushing his way in with accompanied by a Pak 40. 3 T-34s, nice kills. Another Tiger E, 3 T-34s. So it was all about the fact that the heavy armor could easily deal with these T-34s, and it was just a case of whether Xirucaire could get enough numbers onto the field, maintain them on the field. And we saw a very nice attack on, in the start of B phase onto that Panther D. I think the P3 strike came in, forced that Panther D to fall back, and then we saw the fast move attack of about 4 T-34s. Beautiful tactic, but just wasn't able to get enough heavy tank kills to prevent the T-34s going down. And actually the SDKFZ 250/9, they did enough as well to take out a few, and the Panzer III-Hs. So those T-34s were vulnerable to pretty much every armoured unit on the side of the Panzer layer. Another Tiger E. I feel like this was the southern side. Oh, the sniper kill. No, this must have been the northern side as well, when we saw that sniper come into the north, which I did feel like was an odd pick there. I'm not sure whether Xirucaire maybe was kind of knew the game was over at that point. Seemed an odd pick for that sniper. But they are cheap. Maybe he was just trying to get some kind of reinforcement into that northern side. Let's have a look at the kills for Xirucaire. Strokey DP does a nice job against 3 Pioneers there. I'm imagining that probably opened up at range. Those Pioneers may have been moving as well, which will have hurt them. Strokey DP doing some fair trades, fairly decent trades. The PE3 did pick up a Panther D, Tiger E, Panzer 3H. Another PE3 picked up one Panzer, Jagdpanzer 4. But that is it from the looks of those PE3 strikes. So yeah, I feel like the PE3 strikes hurt him because we saw so many of those PE3 comes in, and to only take out 3 heavy tanks, that definitely hurt. Definitely hurt Xirucaire. Maybe there was a bit unlucky with the RNG on those strikes, but you can't really blame everything on RNG, so there is that as well. Like I say, congratulations to Kato Megumi.ZZ, and let's have a look at what that did to the Group 2 table. We are finishing off coverage. This is how it finished in Group 2. Xirucaire and Kato Megumi.ZZ exactly tie in the Group 2. 7 games played apiece, 17 points apiece, 5 wins apiece, and 2 ties apiece. So this game was so important for Kato to equal, to get that tie, and it was just 4 minutes. There was just 4 minutes in it, less than 4 minutes for Xirucaire would have won him the entire Group 2. But they do both tie joint first place in Group 2. Frublord picks up 3rd place with a 15-point finish. Very good job there. And Barkasuj picks up 4th, but I think those 3 wins are kind of, I think they're automatic wins. I think he picked up the tie against Thierman, and then he had an automatic win against Tiger and Helljumper. And I'm not sure. I think the other win was Gardena, but I don't know if that game was actually played. I'm not 100% sure. But personally, with only 4 games played, although Barkasic sits in 4th place, I don't really feel like that's a justified finishing position. All of his games were against, well, at least 2 of his games I think were automatic wins, and he didn't play off against Xirucaire, ZZ, Frublord, Lolly. So I feel like that 4th position is not really earned. So I would actually consider Lolly to be finished in 4th place. Gardenia picks up the 6th. Nice job for Gardenia. Very nice mid-table finish. Decent job. Zenengun also picks up 7th. Again, decent mid-table finish for both of those players. Great players, and yeah, definitely some great games from them. Lots of ties in this group. If you look at this group compared to, I think, Group 3, much more ties. Many more ties in this league. So, you know, Lolly is tied 4 games. Frublord tied 3 games. Zenengun tied 4 games. So many more ties, which kind of shows that this group was a very tight group. So even though, you know, Gardenia, Zenengun, you know, I think Tiger sort of quit halfway through or dropped out halfway through. I think Zenengun dropped out halfway through, and also Thierman as well. So Gardenia and Zenengun definitely should not be disappointed with the 6th and 7th place finishing positions, because this group was very tight, and even the first 2 players, Xirucaire and ZZ, they were only just ahead of Frublord in 3rd position. So definitely this group was very tight, and I will be interested to see next season Xirucaire and Kato ZZ take on some of the top players from Group 1. You know, potentially they'll be in Group 1 taking on the likes of Robert Gonzo and Sean and other top players there, and I will love to see how they get on and how whether Xirucaire opts to stop using his group Trina Maverick deck, or whether he continues to hold on with this Maverick push, which I absolutely really enjoy watching. So I just want to say here as well quickly that this league is being run by the Steel Division League, obviously. So I'm not running this league. So when I say things like, you know, I don't feel like Barkasuj is in 4th place and Lolly ought to get that 4th position, these are just my opinions. These are just my opinions. But officially, in the Steel Division League, I feel like at some point Curbs will sort of finalise the tournament and you'll get a final announcement from the Steel Division League. Whew, I think that's it. Yes, that is it for Group 2, at least. End of coverage for Group 2. Look forward next week to the finish of Steel Division League Group 1. And we're going to have 4 more games ending Group 1 coverage. And we're definitely going to be seeing Sean versus Gonzo, which could well be the deciding matchup for that Group 1. We'll have a look at that on Monday. What else is there to talk about? There was something else that I wanted to mention, but I can't quite remember what that is. So I'm going to end here. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, drop me that thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting this game out to more viewers' eyes. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss any action, especially that Group 1 finish. That is going to be a fantastic finish, I'm sure of it. I am so excited to see coverage of the Group 1 games next week. Other than that, please check out the description to links to my Discord, Patreon and Twitch pages. Thanks very much to my current patrons. Their support, or your support should I say, is invaluable. So thank you, and if you're on a Patreon, check it out. There are some nice extras you get from supporting me as well. Right, thanks very much for watching. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.